Hi, Sagittarius. This will be your monthly general reading for May, the month of May. And I'm just going to start off and pull one card just to see our general energies for May for Sagittarius and see what's going on. Okay, so we have Peaceful Resolution is the card I drew. So let's see how stuff unfolds with this. Deck. I'll go with this one, actually. Okay. All right, so let's see what's going on for Sagittarius for the month of May. And then I'll be doing like the bi-weekly or weekly. I'm not sure which yet. It depends on how much at my regular job, how many hours I got there. So, but I always do weeklies or bi-weeklies. So, okay, this is for the overall general in May for Sagittarius. And give me 4 cards, please, on Sagittarius's energy only. Sagittarius energy only, please. I'll shuffle. 4 cards for Sagittarius who will be watching this video, please. And their overall information, what they might be experiencing this month in May. Bottom of the deck, bottom of the deck, the Tower card. And this card kind of, I felt like pulling, and the Devil card, okay. And I usually don't. When I cut the deck like that, it kind of was a little loose and I felt like pulling it, so, and I don't think I've ever done that. So that must be some sort of importance here. So the Devil card in this, I kind of tend to, because it can always have lots of different indications. Sometimes it can be toxicity, sometimes it can be drugs, alcohol, things like that. In this particular deck, pardon me, I see it as like the codependency of physical attraction. Okay, that's usually the way I define it with this particular deck. We do have the Tower at the bottom of the card, at the bottom of the deck. With our overall theme, it's peaceful resolution. I think there's something going down here this month because there's you got some heavy cards. Some of you may be dealing with a Scorpio also, that's possible. We start off, and I say this because of numerous cards here that allude me to that. Although, there's a lot of fire energy here too, and that's you in your element. So this is only you. So this would not be the Scorpio, but I just kind of was thinking that with the Tower and the Death card and the Devil card, even though it's Capricorn and blah, blah, blah. Never mind, I don't need to explain myself. You'll get what I'm saying. So this is your energy only. So it's not transferable. It does. This is just you. Okay, and we'll do who's coming towards you in a moment. So things are changing absolutely with this. This very scorpionic kind of energy of transition, transforming. Yeah, I think some of you are going to be shielding yourself from some heavy blows in a sense, and I don't mean that in like physically way, and not like that. I think you're sick of a lot of crap is what I think, and I'm gonna be honest. We got the 3 of Swords in this, okay, and that's in your placement. So I think you are going to have some heartbreak with this particular issue, but I also think that it needs to happen. I think you're very tired of something, and I get that you're kind of pissed. That's kind of the energy I feel like you're kind of pissed off at this, and it's like I get the sense of like for some of you, again, it's a general reading, that you might be pissed at yourself for doing this over again. Okay. So then that's a very specific, this is a general reading, but I did kind of, hear that in a way that you might be angry at yourself for letting you get into this position again, okay? Let me see who's coming towards you before I go much further, because I want to make sure that with that 3 of Swords that it is relationship, because it could just be something else, and I want to make sure. But I do want to remember, yes, the Tower card is there, and then the Page of Cups and King of Pentacles also. For some of you, if you are looking for work and you decided to shake things up and take a risk on something, there's a possibility it didn't, kind of pay off, but I have a feeling it will. You have a lot of offers coming in here, okay? A lot. So, and they're strong. They're strong offers. So for those of you, looking for work and things like that, I would say you might suffer a little disappointment at some point in May, but that the offers will be rolling in. For some of you too, and this is again very specific, and in a general reading, I'm going to pick up on all kinds of things. So, so not everything's going to, be that. But for some of you, you could be pissed at yourself in a sense, like, maybe some of you were trying to, even though I said this doesn't typically in this deck represent drugs, alcohol, things like that, and that it's usually more just about sexual attraction and physical attraction and like too much codependency in that. I mean, it is the Devil card, so I'll go with that, there is this possibility that you were trying to transform some sort of bad habit in your life, whatever that may be, and you kind of perhaps let yourself down at some point. But I think what's going to happen is you are going to get back on that horse, and not horse isn't like if you're a heroin addict, get back on that, the saying, get back on that horse and try again, that you will be successful the next time around. So I do see that, but you might be hard on yourself for you, and it might not even be anything major like drugs or, it could be, but it could have been just like dieting or, just, something like that, quitting smoking, whatever, but you might, it's something very serious to you. And you might be being very hard on yourself because you might have let yourself down a little bit. So for some of you, that could be too. All right. But I do see in the long run, you coming out okay again and getting back on track. So that is very good. Okay, let's see what's coming towards you. And then we can kind of narrow this down a little bit more too with some other things. What's coming towards Sagittarius, please? Oh, okay. 4 of Wands fell out. That's commitment. Okay. Let's see. 4 of Wands came out. Okay. What's coming towards Sagittarius, please? What's coming towards Sagittarius? What's coming towards Sagittarius? Okay. The Lovers. Okay. And the commitment card fell out too. 4 of Wands. Okay. So, yeah, I think there is going to be an offer here going, definitely. That did fall out, 4 of Wands, okay? But I felt like pulling my own card, and the Lovers card came out. Okay, so that's what's coming towards you, okay? That's pretty nice. Let's see what else. What else coming towards Sagittarius, please? Or actually, you know what? Who is this? Who is this coming towards Sagittarius for the Lovers card? Who are they really? Okay. Interesting. All right, they're a handful. That's who they are. Okay. Okay, I asked who they are really, coming towards you. Like, like really, because sometimes people come towards you with all kinds of great things, but then really what's going on is something else, and they might not even be aware of it. So what's interesting is I drew the 10 of Swords. So I get the feeling this is somebody who has been back and forth with, you've been back and forth with. They, at one point, were done, or you were done with them, one or the other, and it's kind of the energy of where they are still coming from. However, they do want to renew. They want to get rid of that energy, and they want to have a renewal, but they're not there yet. Okay. And with this Moon card here, and then 10 of Wands, this is a lot of back and forth. This is a lot of secrets, a lot of heaviness, a lot of deep you know, energy, you know, and that's probably more what this card is about, because that would make sense. You know, there's like this attraction there. There's physical attraction here. There is love, you know, with the Ace of Cups, although it didn't come out yet, but I believe it will, you know, but it's not there yet. Right now, we have the Ten of Swords kind of energy, you know, and trying to get past that. Okay. And this is the other person. This is coming towards you. Okay. Yeah, I just see like a lot of deep, heavy, you know, back and forth from this person. And the committal card did come out. So I think that's ultimately where this is probably headed. Will it get there in May? I'm not sure. You know, I see issues coming back and forth with this. But that's, you know, that Three of Swords is up there in your energy. So I have a feeling there's going to be endings, but then getting back together, and then maybe a little bit more strife, and then maybe getting back together. I see that kind of back and forth a little bit, okay? Ultimately, it may lead into a commitment at some point, but this person's a little all over the place. So what else is coming towards Sagittarius, please? Or how does this person deep down feel? Really, really feel about Sagittarius? How does this person truly feel towards Sagittarius, please? General reading, please. General Sagittarius is watching this video. They feel sad. They feel rejected. They feel like there's a problem with the commitment, you know, and they have a lot of regret, a lot of remorse. They're very, very heartbroken inside, very sad. You know, they have the Five of Cups. So whether or not they made a mistake and screwed things up, you know, or, you know, possibly you made some sort of something, you know, that upset them, but you're the one with the Three of Swords. So I don't know. I tend to think they made the mistake. Either way, this person is extremely regretting what they did. They are very remorseful about it. It is cups, which tells me there is love there around this. You know, this is like something that they don't just take lightly, you know, and they are very, very remorseful about things. And the commitment card is, you know, right here. So that tells me they might have screwed up, you know, in that sense. And they want a new beginning with the Three of Pentacles. So they want renewal, and, you know, they want commitment and all these things, like I said, but there's just this back and forth energy here. So, all right, let me, this could go on for like an hour long thing, and it is general and it might not resonate with some people. So I don't want to spend too much on this because I want to do a little bit about work too. So let me just see what the overall outcome between these two might be for May. Would be the overall outcome towards May, please, for these two situations with these two overall. Okay, Page of Cups. So, and the World card, okay, and then Six of Cups. This is somebody that you already know and you've been around the block with before, okay? So, you know, I do see things changing, you know, probably at the very tail end of May, maybe sooner, possibly. And it's a start, you know, the Page of Cups, it's a reaching out. It's an acknowledgement of, we know there's love here. We know we've been soulmates. We know we've been heavily attracted to each other. You know, it's like an acknowledgement of that. And where you take it from there, you know, I don't know. We do have this overall theme of peaceful resolution. So let's keep that in mind too. But there is going to be an easier turn at some point, you know, for the outcome of this at May, okay, where it's a lot lighter, you know, so all that heaviness and that I was talking about before is going to become a lot lighter, and there is a chance to move forward. Now, whether you or not you move forward with each other or you just stick it out alone, you know, that's kind of, you know, up in the air at this point. So, and it is a general reading, so I don't like to give super outcomes on that stuff because I don't want people to think, oh my God, you know, they're not coming back or they are coming back, or, you know, because it is general. So it's going to be different for each and every one of you. But those are the basics, you know, underlying this. And I will say this much as far as an outcome with the Page of Cups, you know, there is love there. There is a lighter, you know, kind of feeling that will, you know, come out of this. And somebody will be extending, you know, love into this situation, okay? So I will say that for that part. Let's see what work looks like real quick for Sagittarius. 3 cards, please. 3 cards for Sagittarius in the month of May. Work, finances, that sort of thing. Give me 3 cards, please, for Sagittarius. For the month of May. Overall, work, finances. Let's watch this video, please. Okay. And one more. Slippery cards. Again, interesting. All right, so this is doing that again. So I'm going to put it aside again. Okay. Okay. Wow. Tower card, bottom of the deck. Okay, but wow. So I feel your finances and work stuff are going to be closely related to this issue with love and, you know, all that kind of thing. Because I see a little bit, you know, this showed up again. This is the 5 of Cups. This was in the other person's position, okay? But that's probably affecting you too. With that 3 of Swords, you are probably just as heartbroken and sad. And you might have some regrets also about the situation because maybe this person did something wrong. And maybe you know, said some things to them that you didn't really mean to say, you know, that really hurt them back just because you were so upset. Could be, you know, whatever. It could be anything like that. Or maybe you don't have any regrets or remorse at all, but you're just extremely sad. So either way, I think this is kind of affecting things a little bit. The beautiful thing is, though, the outcome, 9 of Pentacles, okay? That is like one of the strongest cards for finances and things turning around and being well earned, you know? So I see that as being very good. So if some of you are heartbroken about jobs, heartbroken about the position you didn't get, like remember, like I was talking about in the beginning, there were offers coming in. There were good offers coming in, okay? And I think they are going to put you in a position that you are going to be like wowed at, you know, financially. So they could be very good offers for you, for those of you looking for that. But it might be a little bit of a haul. So might be towards the end, you know, of the month, like I said, you know, and it might be like very crazy. We did this kind of, I pulled this aside. This wasn't part of my original draw, but kind of like the other deal. And it is the 5 of Wands, which means, you know, a lot of you probably are in a very competitive, pardon me, place right now as far as, you know, if you are looking for work, probably, you know, you're up against a lot of other people in like a very competitive field, okay? And that could cause a lot of stress and things like that. You might get at some point where you're like, oh my God, I just kind of give up. I don't want to do this anymore. You know, I mean, you do, but you know, you're just like, kind of just don't know what to do anymore. And then from that, you might get depressed, go into like a sad mode, you know, things like that. But ultimately, 9 of Coin, very good. So hold firm, you know, it's like there's going to be some sort of, you know, sadness, you know, surrounding this month a little bit. I will say that. And I'm not going to say that it's all in your head, you know, because a lot of times it is for a lot of these readings. I think it's legit. I think there's a reason to be, you know, and, you know, sometimes unfortunately in life there just is, you know, and sometimes there isn't. Sometimes we just get in pity mode and feel sorry for ourselves. This isn't that. This is like real, you know, you probably are, you know, struggling with something and it's, you know, quite emotionally challenging for you. But overall, you know, your outcomes are very, very good, okay? You have a peaceful resolution as your overall, you know, guardian there with that beautiful, you know, rainbow of healing energy going back and forth within her, you know, her hands, okay? And a beautiful star shine coming out of the heart, you know, center. It's just, you know, very, very pretty. And almost like a raising up of another one of her, you know, in the background of this, this awesomeness. So it's very nice. And the 9 of Pentacles, again, you know, very good. And I forget, your other one was pretty interesting too. I can't remember what it was offhand, but it was Page of Cups. So again, like I said, you know, there will be temporary stuff, you know, but it will be passing. Now you do have the Tower card at the bottom of the deck, but Yeah, I really have a feeling that some of you are going to have tried out for a competitive job where you're up against a lot of people. You really want it. And again, I don't want to put like a negative spin out there or anything like that because, this is some of you, because again, it's a general reading. You may have some sort of disappointment around it, but it's either going to come back around to you after all, or it's like something even better is going to come in that's going to be a stronger match. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So I don't think it's a no-go, in that, it may seem like it, but then, like I said, they're either going to come around after all, like maybe the person, that they did go with drops out, they found something else. So then you were the second one up and they call you. Could be something like that. Or just something completely different coming in with this Ace of Pentacles after this heartbreak. And, this Tower card, it was Tower card, and then Four of Pentacles, where you're going to have to kind of conserve your money a little bit, and hold on to it because maybe you thought you were getting something, and then, a little bit of loss here with the Three of Swords. But then comes the Ace of Pentacles and then the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So that's like really strong, grounded money. Queen of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles, very good stuff coming in, and the Nine of Pentacles is already here for May. This stuff is later. All right. So, okay, that was probably a little, it felt like it to me anyway. Maybe not as smooth as well, not that I'm ever really that smooth with my readings, but I just kind of wing them. So, I don't really have a set spread and all that. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. And if so, thumbs up, that would be cool. And if not, then I'm sorry. And, I hope you guys find a better reading out there. There's tons of great, readers out there. So have a great month, and hope things, just, take it easy. Just remember, this is the overall peaceful resolution. So as hard as things might seem at the time, just remember there is a peaceful resolution that is making its way to you. Okay. All right. Stay strong, Sag. And, money and stuff looks good. Just hang in there for all that. All right. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good month.